Hi, my name is Corey Garrard, and welcome to Monster Wars Battles. Here you will both see and hear the exciting conclusion between the Tallman and the Leprechaun. Now I'm going to pick back up where I left off of, where the Leprechaun was engaged in an epic struggle against the Tallman, a phantasm. Okay, this ugly little guy now has 4 golden spears dug into him. Then the Tallman is seen replying, "So you wanted your gold? Well, now you've gotten all of it." We then see the Tallman start to laugh. Now the Leprechaun makes a very angry growl as heard doing so. He is then seen pulling a cutting spear out of his head, and then the Leprechaun sends it into the Tallman's head. Now a golden spear is seen cutting into the Tallman's head, and green juice begins to shoot out. Then we see the Leprechaun quickly remove the other spears from his head and sends them into the Tallman as well. Now the Tallman is seen struggling while he attempts to remove those spears from his head. The Leprechaun is then seen making a slow approach at the Tallman. We then see an orange swirling wind appear around the Tallman, and the Leprechaun is then seen with a puzzled expression on his face. Now it appears as though the Tallman has disappeared within that orange energy field. Then we see the Leprechaun search through this cremation room. He is now roaming through it, but he sees no sign of the Tallman. Then all of a sudden, the Leprechaun finds the dimension portal room, and he's now seen entering it. He now appears curious as to why this strange room is here. And there are 2 metal posts in here. The Leprechaun then is seen looking over at a stack of black containers, and he walks up to them. We then see the ugly little guy look inside of a container's glass part as the Leprechaun shakes his head. The evil short guy then proceeds to look inside of other containers and is seen replying, "Why so many of you in there? Sort of my kind mistreated unfair." Now the faces of the Tallman's midget slaves are shown. He is somehow shortening them and putting them inside of container devices. Then all of a sudden, a reddish light appears inside of this portal room, and then the Leprechaun appears surprised by the brief flash. Then the short guy is seen looking over at the 2 metal posts and sees a beautiful midget long-haired woman. She now appears to be chained to those posts while her eyes glow a bright green color. Now the Leprechaun is seen making a very shocked expression as he slowly walks over to her. Then the chained female capture is seen trying to free herself as she pulls at a chain on both ends. We now see this evil Leprechaun come face to face with her, and he appears to be in love. Then all of a sudden, this captured maiden turns into a short, tall man version, and the Leprechaun is shown making a fearful, shocked expression. The tall man is then seen making an angry look as he pulls the leprechaun through to the land of the dead. Both are now seen going through it at the same time. And then the 4 golden spears fly into this portal room. These spears are then seen hovering near the dimensional gateway, but they do not fly inside. We then go to the feared land of the dead and see the tall man and leprechaun engaged in a physical struggle. They are now seen grabbing each other by their shoulders as the red skies here amaze. There are also very high winds here, so the tall man has shrunken to the leprechaun's size and height. Now the leprechaun is shown replying, "Tricked me, did you? Many tall, but chop you down means less to fall." Then the miniature tall man is seen responding, "You will not survive in my realm." Now their fight is seen struggling amongst all of the mysterious wastelands out there. Now both villains roll around while trying to strangle each other. Then the high winds appear to be picking up faster because the tall man and leprechaun are seen affected by its pull. Now all of a sudden, many midget slaves are seen in this land of the dead. They are lined up just a square mile ahead. Now we see the leprechaun look over at the midgets beyond, and he replies, "What is this place?" Then the tall man is shown getting a firm stance on his feet. He pretty much stands up, and he suddenly growls an angry, very angry sound while looking at the leprechaun. Then suddenly this tall menace grows to normal size again. Now the tall man is seen picking the leprechaun up by his neck. Then they are shown facing each other, and the tall man is seen replying, "Why, this is your home." The tall man then says, "Well, at least we didn't have to shrink you down." So the leprechaun responds by shooting an energy ray into the tall man's face. This green energy appears to be coming from the leprechaun's mouth. Then the tall man is seen responding by shooting an orange energy ray from his eyes and at the leprechaun. We then see the leprechaun take a direct hit as well. Now both color energies are seen surrounding these foes, and they now appear to be entangled within them. Then the golden spears are attracted to the merged color-coded energy because they are then seen entering this land of the dead. Now the round golden spears quickly fly at the tall man and leprechaun. Then all of a sudden, the magical golden spears explode within the combined energy rays. The end.